Wise versus Remitly, which is better? Hello guys, Celia here, and in this video we are going to compare two different platforms to send international transfers with money. Basically nothing hard, and both platforms are really good if you want to compare them, if you want to find some differences. So let's try to see, is it suitable for you to use Remitly or Wise? It depends on different cases, of course, but we are going to see, we'll take a look at their fees, exchange rates, and so on. So here we are on their main websites, and as you can see, we have a couple of options to try to see the difference. Of course, the aim of using Wise or Remitly is to send money. So here on the wise.com, we have the option to interact with the calculator, and the same thing on the Remitly. You can scroll down for a little to find where do we need to send money to. So for example, in this case, let's say that we want to send it to India. So I'm going to search for India from both calculators. So here we have India here, and also we have send money to India. So basically after that, in order to compare our exchange rates and fees, we can easily see all the information from Wise. So we can find that for sending $1,000, we'll have to pay $8 in commissions, and we're going to get these amounts of Indian rupees at the end. But what can we find from Remitly? In order to do it, scroll down for a little and go to rates and fees. And basically you will be able to find this exchange rate. As you can see, according to comparison, we'll get a little bit more with our Wise transfer. But what is interesting is for Wise is that we can compare our price plan. So if we can click on compare price, we can now find some additional information and find that Wise will send this amount of money. And for Remitly, for example, we're going to receive these amounts of money, these things, total after fees, 82,600 versus 82,500. But according to our information on Remitly, we can see that we will receive a little bit less, but yeah. So if you're going to join today and get the promotional rate, we can receive a little bit more on your first money transfer. So if you are new to this platform, definitely use Remitly for your first transfer. So basically, as you can see, almost all the things are the same for these platforms. And let's say a little about the reviews, about customer experience. And the best thing to compare is to find reviews on Trustpilot, website about different companies and so on. And for Wise, for example, we have a total 200,000 reviews with an average 4.2 mark, 83% of 5-star. And what is interesting is that they try to answer for the negative reviews. It means that they try to help their customers, which is pretty cool, and they try to solve different problems, different issues, because international company is really hard to use without any mistakes. And if we're going to search for Remitly, let's try to search for it. We can see that we also have 42,000 of reviews and 4.1 on average, of 80% of 5-star reviews, and also replied for 28% of negative reviews. Also, company tries to solve different things. And yeah, it's definitely, we can say that both companies are really good enough for customers, and it depends on every single usage of the thing. If we're going to compare countries where can we send our money to with Remitly and with Wise, of course there is some differences, but in order to find it, I recommend you to visit both the websites, because there is a huge amount of different countries we can send to. Of course, we can try to search for them from this list of countries with Remitly, or we can switch to Wise to search for it right up here. But it will be better. The most popular countries are of course available for both platforms, Wise and Remitly. But if you want to send to a specific country, which is could be rarible, I don't know, even an example. So you need to check it in your own example. So the next question is it safe to use Wise and to use Remitly? And both companies are regulated for local governments they trying to interact with. We can find information about Wise in different currencies, like it was regulated and so on. And the same thing, of course, as for Remitly. So if you go into security area, we can see that every single account on Remitly needs verification. It has password security. It's like they try to see some phishing and some other things. And also, I want to say that they provide the opportunity, if they lost your transfer, they will refund you a whole amounts of money if there are some issues from their side. So yeah, definitely both platforms are quite good, and you shouldn't worry about the platforms. So if you want to speak about apps, we can see that both Wise and Remitly has their own apps for iPhones and for Android. In order to find Remitly, just simply scroll down for these banners here, and as you can see, we have this app for the App Store and the same thing for Google Play. So basically, interface is quite easy. As you can see, we just simply need to select where we'd like to send from. There the people will receive, and also enter the amount. After that, we'll be able to send our transfer. We'll be able to set up things. If you want to find some additional information, for example, with how can we pay for the transfer, it will be better to find some help center from Remitly and Wise both. So basically, we can scroll down till the very end to find help center. So how can we, for example, send money with Wise? As you can see, we can find this article here, ways to pay. We can pay with a bank transfer, by card, by Swift, also with some local platforms, Ideal, Trustly, so forth. And the same thing, basically, we can try to search for how can we send money with Remitly. How do I send a transfer? And basically we'll be able to find some additional information, I hope. So we can definitely say with a bank transfer and bank account number. We can also set up it with our card. And basically, yeah, as you can see, the process of registration is quite simple for both platforms. We just simply need to provide them with our email address, or we can just simply log in with Gmail or Facebook on Wise. And the same thing on Remitly. Basically, we can click on Join Us, email address, password, and basically just simply confirm our password. So both platforms are worth using, and I recommend you to compare them by yourself to check rates and fees. Goodbye.